What inspired you to write the book Don't Give Up on Your Dreams?
I always had a dream of becoming an author. I always had a passion for writing. The reason behind Don't Give Up on Your Dreams is very special to me. When I was at high school, I used to hear a lot of stories around about other kids that they had this dream, this passion of doing something in life, but unfortunately not having enough support from their families and their peers and their teachers discouraged them along the way, and they decided to give up. And what I believe in life is nothing is impossible. Everything is possible in life, and if you have a dream, chase after it. It's in your hands. You can make it come true. Don't listen to anyone. Don't let anything get in the way. Go for it. You know, it's been a very fascinating journey for me. I've worked on this book for about 2 years, and for me to be able to turn this into reality, it's a dream come true, obviously, for me, and to be able to share this with my family and my friends. It's something that I never expected. But it's a good feeling, it's very rewarding, and it's great to receive a lot of feedback, positive feedbacks from kids and adults. So, yeah.
That's wonderful. So do you have any plans on writing another book at the moment, or are you just going to focus on this particular one?
Obviously, I'm not going to give up. I've been actually working on a few books, and for me, it's something that I would never give up. It's something that I would continue doing, and having my family on my side and my friends, it has motivated me and it has inspired me. And hearing stories around the world about young adults, young women in particular, not having enough rights to go out there and do something, it's quite sad, it's quite disappointing. But we live in a country where we have the freedom to do anything we want. We've got the rights to do anything we want, and I'd like to pay my family and my parents in particular for allowing me to do what I want in life and to make my dream come true. And there's about 3 books that I have completed. So currently I've decided to just submit it to a few publishers and see how it goes. But if I get rejected again, that's in life, you will receive rejections, but you'll always, there's always a chance to go forward and turn that passion into reality. So it's not impossible. I've always got the self-publishing on the side, so I can always go with that. And I know there's some money you have to be prepared to invest, but if you have a dream, if you have got a passion for something, it's worth it. Don't just sit there, just go for it,
It sounds like you've got a lot of your inspiration from a lot of dear people that are close to your heart, which is really good, and that's gone into your book. So that's really wonderful to hear. In reference to how long this book took you to write, could you explain a little bit about your journey with that? Exactly how long it took you to write? Did you have come across any obstacles in writing that, or was it pretty smooth?
When I finished writing the manuscript, I started submitting it to traditional publishers. Unfortunately, I was rejected, so I decided to avoid writing for a bit, and just 2 weeks later I heard something on social media which motivated and inspired me to keep on going. And I said, look, I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to, I'll do something. I'll find a way to get this book published. So I got in touch with the Australian Times. They actually offer self-publishing services. And I shared my journey. I said, look, I've got this story and I've been rejected, and is there any way you could help me out with this book? And they're very fortunate and they're very helpful. Unfortunately, I actually received a lot of support from them, and they helped me out throughout the journey. So it took me about 2 years. I had a few editing as well, and manuscript assessment, which is very compulsory for publishing a book. You need to to make sure it's, you know, there's no punctuation marks and grammar. Everything has to be edited a few times, and it has to be appropriate for the right age. And yeah, so then they organise an illustrator to organise my illustrations as well, because I didn't want anything to do. I wanted everything to be done professionally, and I just didn't want to leave anything out. And so I decided to go ahead with professionals and get them to do everything for me. Yeah, so it took me around 2 years almost. I remember there was this day in here, I actually had a mummy and daughter conversation with my mum, and I said, look mum, I've got this, you know, this passion and dream for writing, you know, I'm thinking of writing a book, and you know, is that okay with you if I publish a book? And she, well, at first she didn't believe me. She didn't think that I would, you know, write a story, write a book. And she was like, okay, go for it, but can you write stories? I was like, yeah, I can. I'm pretty clever, you know. So I actually started reading the story to her, and I said, look, this is the story. It's about this princess, and she's got this passion, this dream of becoming a singer. But because she's a princess, and her father, the king, does not allow her to do so, he believes that it's against her traditions, and then she should just, you know, live the life of a princess. And it's a disgrace for the family. And she's like, okay, that sounds good. Did you write the story? Did someone else write it? I was like, no, it's my story, for God's sake. So it was actually, you know, it was, for me, I expected Mum to be more discouraging from hearing the stories around, but she was really supportive. I know she was insulting me for a bit. You can't write stories, but she was really supportive. Like she was really, and I was really amazed. So I don't think Mum gave me permission. Like she didn't actually say yes or no. So I just went ahead and I started, you know, writing, finishing off the story because I only had written a few paragraphs. And then once I started submitting it to publishers, got rejected, and then so when I started to self-publish the book, I didn't tell anyone. No one knew of it in the family, so this was a big secret. It was between me and my publisher. So the books got published, and the printing process started coming, and I actually got the first copies just a few months in the beginning. Was around August 2015. We had a birthday party at home, and I remember going up the stairs, quickly rushing up to my room, and everyone was like looking at me, what's going on with her? My sister's just there, she's looking at me, yeah. So I quickly grabbed a copy, came down, and I said, look everyone, I need to make a big announcement. I have published a book. And I remember the look on my mum and my dad's face. It was rewarding, you know, and they all started standing up and they cuddled me, they kissed me, and my sister was just laughing, and I thought, you know, I didn't think that she'd believe, you know, I actually published a book. And I showed everyone the book, and they were very proud, and for me it was a very precious moment, and it made me feel so rewarded, so good, and so proud that I've actually made my family proud with this, you know. And then I remember my mum asked me again, she's like, so you published a book, you wrote the book, you've done everything on your own? I was like, yes, I did everything on my own, it's my book, please, believe me. So yeah. Yes, please.
I don't have a question, I've got a statement to make, if you don't mind. Hello everyone. Wheeler John, first of all, it's not a disgrace, it's an honor what you have done for a little girl, for a journey that you took over from coming all the way from Afghanistan to Pakistan, and then from Pakistan seeing all those instability in life, you know, and coming with a vision, with a dream that I want to achieve something in my life. Trust me, it's not easy. It requires a lot of encouragement from the background, from the community that we have come from. But one thing always, it's good to be a fighter, and being a fighter, you will win. Trust me, I do agree that nothing in life is impossible. Everything in life is possible if you've got a vision, if you've got commitment, you've got a passion, and you've got determination and dreamful. And eventually, step by step, you will achieve it, and you have done it. Or it's a long journey for you, or it's a long journey, a lot of steps you still have to take. But trust me, so much I know you're in love with your family. You mentioned a lot of your family's backup, but I can assure you that your community is also behind you. For two reasons I'm here. One, because young, I've got 2 daughters, seeing my daughters to be successful at the school, at the uni. So I want for all my community members, for the youngsters in general in particular, I want their success and I want to see. I not just wanted my wife, my kids to be part of your journey, and that's why I'm here. I remember that she would send me at midnight, Kishtiasa, are you coming? And I said, yes, if I'm in Melbourne, I will definitely come. And I'm glad I made it, and I'm glad I made it. The other reason I made it, because lots of negative story about Afghanistan. When you mention about Afghanistan, Afghanistan, what? But no, Afghanistan got talents like Vida. Please round of applause for Vida once more. Thousands of Vida like this in Afghanistan. If you give them the opportunity, they have got the brain, they have got the talent, they have got the dream. So I wish you well, all the best. Whatever we can do from the community, we're more than happy to do it. We'll be delighted to do it. And we will be part of this journey with you. Thank you. All the best.
First of all, I want to say congratulations on your book. It's really nice. I read that to my 2-year-old and my 5-year-old son. What I want to know is what sort of books that you like the most, and also did you have any real effects on real life events when you actually wrote this story? Like, did you take into your real life experience? When you wrote the story.
I actually have a passion for adults, non-fiction actually. But for me, because I have worked with kids for a long time now, it's been years that I've been involved in childcare, so I decided to write a children's fiction. Real events, I'm going to go back to where we were talking before. So Mary has got this passion of becoming a singer. Well, my passion was to become an author and to be able to write a story that I could, inspire people, and not just young adults, just people in general, to follow their dreams and not give up. I know the story involves a few things which doesn't really relate to me in my personal life. It was some of the stories that I had been hearing around on social media, and decided to add that to my book. So I would say it's a children's fiction, but when you read the story, you can sense that it's not actually, it's based on true real life events. You will sense that a lot of the issues that Mary has got in the story, it's still ongoing. It's in the Middle Eastern countries and South Asian countries as well. There are families that do discourage their children to do something in life, especially there's always, you can always see that conflict between the parents and the daughters in particular. They don't like to see their daughters going out there and doing something. They think it's a disgrace. It's, they would lose their reputation if they show themselves and make a spotlight in their life. They believe that women should just stay in the kitchen and do the housework. But it's not just in the Middle East. I know there's in some parts of America as well, in Australia as well. I've actually heard a lot of stories in here, and which breaks my heart to hear stories like this. Because Australia is a country that you've got the freedom to do anything you want, but there's things like this still exist in here. Even in the 21st century, it's shocking. I hope that answers your question.
Did you have, and with the work limit, did you have a certain work limit to go by, or was it just?
Very good question. I actually, I had about 5 drafts. The original version actually was over 5,000 words, but because it wasn't appropriate for the age that I was writing, because I was aiming for a picture book, and some of the publishers asked me to reduce down the words, so I've reduced it down to 2,400 words. So now it's gone down to, well, first it was 5,500 words, then it went down to 4,000, then it went down to 3,000, and then 2,800, and then the last draft that I had was 2,500, and then we decided to go in with it because it was appropriately for the right age. So you will have a lot of drafts So, but you know, it's worth it though. Yeah.
And what age is it for?
It's between 8 to 12. But even the little ones can go flick through the pages, you know, because it's got big pictures.
Yeah.